This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
You're planning a vacation, an escape from the day-to-day routine of everyday life. You're looking forward to getting pampered in some sunbathed tropical island getaway, surrounded by cool, balmy breezes, with the soothing, relaxing sounds of calypso music playing distantly in the warm island air. Doesn't it sound wonderful? Well, don't leave your pets at home. They want to go too. Welcome to Travel Tales, the show where you'll get great travel ideas on perfect places for you and your pet. From Paris to paradise, south of the border to the South Seas, Travel Tales will give you cool tips on fun vacation destinations to travel with your pet, pet-friendly hotels, and advice on how to travel safely and happily with your furry best friends. So get ready to pack the bags and the bones with your Travel Tales hosts, Susan Sims and Nicholas Vezlowski.
Hey everybody, this is Susan Sims.
And I'm Nicholas Vezlowski, and we are your hosts for Travel Tales on Pet Life Radio.
Yes, we are. I am so excited. We have such a fun show today. It's all about taking Fido to camp. And I don't think I ever went to camp myself as a kid. Did you, Nicholas?
I did. And you dropped me off.
No. I have no recollection.
Yeah, it was Camp Winnemucca. No, it was Camp, what was it? Camp Fraser.
Oh, in Irvine. Oh, that's right.
That was where I had my first crush.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I was 12. Well, my first crush was when I was in preschool, but I mean, this is my first real adult crush. So I was age 12, and she was one of the counselors, and she was like 16, 17. But that gap, it's, forget it. That's like, okay, sorry, not in the same generation.
Well, this was... I don't remember that.
The embarrassing, because it was a private crush. And the embarrassing thing was that, it wasn't actually embarrassing because it worked out in my favor, but we were crossing this river, and I was crossing this log, and it was very precarious. Like, I had to grab onto a rope, right? And she was on one side, and something happened where I lost balance, or somebody ahead of me lost balance. Anyways, I fell into the water. I scraped up my leg on all these wood things, right? And then I came out of the river crying, and she came in, she consoled me. She hugged me and held me close to her chest, and I just was like, oh, yes, I'm hurt.
Oh, my goodness, Nicholas. I didn't know you were such an actor.
Well, you got to play the part. But it was great. And then after that, nothing happened. So.
Yeah, well, I assume that would be probably the case.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is all about taking your dog to camp, and I know neither one of us has tried that. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we are going to be speaking with Elaine from Yellowstone Dog Sports in Montana. So this is going to be a lot of fun. So sit and stay. We'll be right back with more Travel Tales on Pet Life Radio.
Attention passengers, please fasten your seatbelts, put your seat backs and sleeping pets in their full upright position, and prepare for takeoff. Travel Tales will be zooming back with more great travel tips right after this.
Take a bite out of your competition. Advertise your business with an ad in Pet Life Radio podcasts and radio shows. There's no other pet-related media that is as large and reaches more pet parents and pet lovers than Pet Life Radio. With over 7 million monthly listeners, Pet Life Radio podcasts are available on all major podcast platforms. And our live radio stream goes out to over 250 million subscribers on iHeartRadio, radio.com, TuneIn, Stitcher, and other streaming apps. For more information on how you can advertise on the #1 pet podcast and radio network, visit PetLifeRadio.com/advertise today.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Attention passengers, we are now approaching our final destination. The weather is sunny and warm. Ocean temperature is a balmy 80 degrees for those of you wishing to doggy paddle. Please exit to the front and see our activities directors, Susan and Nicholas, on your way out. Have a pleasant stay.
Hi, welcome back. This is Nicholas Vezlowski along with Susan Sims, and we are your hosts for Travel Tales.
Yes, before the break, we were talking about Nicholas's first crush at camp, or his first camp crush, something along those lines. But one of the things I've always wanted to do is to go to summer camp. I never got to do it as a child, and now with our first guest coming on from Montana, we can talk about going to camp with your dog. So please welcome Elaine with Yellowstone Dog Camp. Hi, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Oh, it's our pleasure. We really, really enjoy the opportunity that you're giving to all these people that they can take their dog and really enjoy some quality time. And looking at your website, which is YellowstoneDogSports.com, looks like you have 132 acres with ponds for swimming and hiking trails. And what exactly are you hoping for people to experience once they come to camp?
Well, what I'm hoping is they'll come to camp and be able to enjoy this fabulous greater Yellowstone ecosystem in addition to our little spot that we have here. We're very close to Red Lodge, Montana, which is a fabulous tourist destination. And at Yellowstone Dog Sports, we're primarily a canine event center. We host agility trials and obedience trials and retriever events, as well as bringing in top instructors from across the United States and Canada to do competitive sports camps. But another little niche that I'd like to develop is these just basic summer camps for people and their pets, not necessarily competitive camps, but people who just want to take their dog on vacation instead of leaving them behind in a kennel or with a pet sitter. We have, a good bit of land right on site, but very close. There's hundreds of miles of hiking trails.
So, Elaine, let me just kind of jump in here. Is it right now, are you saying that this is all competitive, or is it something that people can bring their dogs and have fun?
We offer both. We have competitive camps for the, canine athletes, but we also have just vacation camps where people can, it's more of a relaxed atmosphere. They can try out new activities or participate in the ones they're familiar with, or they can just sit on the porch with their dog, or we have areas where they can take their dog off leash, or we can even provide doggy day camp so people can go whitewater rafting or horseback riding.
Oh, wow, that's me. I'd definitely jump on that whitewater rafting.
That's me too.
There's so much available in this area that, we want people to be able to experience it.
Yeah.
Well, I think that looks fun because on your website it's showing that you could do dock diving, and that's something that I often thought my Black Lab Junior would excel at. So that's kind of is there a pond? Is that how they're doing it?
There's a pond. We're brand new. This will be our first summer. We opened in November, and the dock, we kind of got snow, so the dock is under construction as we speak, and we hope to have it available. It will be on a natural pond. A lot of the dock diving is in pools.
Right.
This will be in a natural pond, and so it will just be available in the warmer summer months.
That is so neat. I was looking at the different dates, and you have that scheduled around the end of August. Is that right?
We do. We're also having a camp at the end of June, and I think the water will be warm enough that we can do it at the June camp also.
I have a question for you. This is a very serious question. We were talking about camp crushes before the break, before we brought you on. In your experience, because it looks like you've had quite a bit of experiences, have you noticed or seen dogs form crushes on each other?
What we have noticed is dogs of certain breeds can recognize their breed. Mm-hmm. And I don't, mixed breeds, they don't care, but it seems like an Australian Shepherd will perk up when they just see another of their breed, or a Golden Retriever, or it seems like they recognize their long-lost relatives or something. It's so much a crush or whatever, but they do seem to perk up and, take notice if it's something that looks like them, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with you. I've seen Tasha. I used to take her to doggy daycare, and she fell in love with this dog named Kieran. And the owners named their dog, or him, after a Japanese beer. That's how I remember the name, Kieran. But every single time Tasha would go, she would go ballistic around this dog. She would ignore all other dogs, except for this one. And it was basically, she got so excited she didn't know what to do. She would roll all over him. And I think that, dogs have soulmates. They have the people that they want to connect with. So in your experience, I'm wondering if you see that, more often than what I think normal people might experience.
And it's, it's more like we teach classes and, have clinics and events going on, and the dogs do they don't forget the dogs that they've met, the weekend before or whatever. And even I have 6 dogs, and they have their favorites just in our own little family group. Some that certain ones will play with other ones more than they pick their favorites, I guess.
What we're saying is that basically, if somebody comes to your camp, their dog has the potential for falling in love.
It is true. It is true.
And not just with the dog, but Montana in general, because Montana is absolutely. That's a gorgeous state. You must love living in Montana.
Well, I do, and I'm a Texan. I've just been up here about 10 years, but I wonder what took me so long to get here, really.
Don't they call it the last best place?
They do, and it is true, especially this little corner of it that we're in. Yellowstone Dog Sports has a view of the Red Lodge Mountain ski slopes. I'm looking at them right now. They still have snow on them. And snow skiing is actually possible on top of the Beartooth Pass in June and July.
Oh, my gosh.
Adventure skiing. It's around 10,000 feet, but
wow.
They do it. I don't do it personally, but there are people.
There's crazy people out there.
Yeah, there are.
When people come now for this camp, you have 3 sessions. You have June, July, and August. Where are they staying? Where are the humans staying with their dogs there?
We have on-site rooms, right? We have a 100 by 200 indoor arena, and the rooms are actually attached to the arena. So they can stay right there. But they're very simple. Most of them have shared baths. They have very nice memory foam mattresses, but they're basically no frills. We also have RV hookups, and if they want a, fancier stay, there's some very fancy places in Red Lodge and that allow pets, and they could stay there and come to camp during the day. But most people prefer to just stay right on the campsite. We'll have evening programs that, like cooking s'mores and Forest Service experts talking about wildlife, and we have local astronomers that can do stargazing. So we'll have stuff even in the evening available.
What is, for people that are thinking about doing something like this, what is included for the camp, the fees? Is it all inclusive?
It's all inclusive. It includes the accommodations, meals, and all the activities. If they want to do something extra that's off camp, like the whitewater rafting, or there's golf just down the road. We have some couples that are coming, and the wife is, signed up for camp, and will do all the dog activities while the husband goes play golf.
Wow.
But, the golf would be extra. That wouldn't be included in our camp.
Yeah, I see on your website, the YellowstoneDogSports.com, they have under extra activities that you have herding and competitive obedience lessons, and you have, human or canine massage. So I'm not sure if it's either or. Not sure which one I would do. That might be a tough one.
Yeah, but they will also have some, workshops to teach you how to, massage your dog if they need to stretch out after their athletic events or after a long hike.
Yeah, and it's important. I think it's underestimated how important a massage for the dog is. They can't stretch those parts that need to be, loosened up. So especially if they're going through something like what your camp is offering, I think that the massage would be important.
Yeah.
Well, my dogs do downward dog every morning. I don't know about yours.
Yeah, she does,
They're yoginis. Well, this sounds like so much fun. I have to ask you before we let you go, how far away are you from Idaho?
We are on the central part of Montana. I guess it depends on which part of, I think if we go through Yellowstone, we can get there in 6 to 8 hours, maybe.
Oh, that's not so bad. I don't know. I think that sounds like a Fido-friendly trip, doesn't it, Nicholas?
Yeah, I think you're setting yourself up, aren't you?
Yes, I'm trying to. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, be careful what you ask for, Elaine. She's got 2 unruly
The more the
dogs.
merrier. I think it'd be great.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, thanks for taking the time to talk to us. I want everyone to go online to YellowstoneDogSports.com and check it out and see if this is something that you and your canine companion would enjoy a nice few days out in beautiful Montana. So thanks so much.
Thank you.
We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, it's just going to be me and Nicholas. So sit and stay. We'll be right back with more Travel Tales on Pet Life Radio.
Attention passengers, please fasten your seatbelts, put your seat bags and sleeping pets in their full upright position, and prepare for takeoff. Travel Tales will be zooming back with more great travel tips right after this.
Molly, here's your dinner. Zeus, that's not your food.
Don't let that happen to your precious cat. Elevate your cat's eating experience with the Cat Tree Tray. The Cat Tree Tray keeps your cat's food off the floor and conveniently located on the cat tree. It's the perfect way to eat. It's a beautiful wrought iron tray that easily attaches to your cat tree and keeps dogs and other critters out of your cat's dish. A must for multi-pet households. There's a 6-inch tray for large bowls and a 4-inch tray for smaller bowls. Purchase your Cat Tree Tray today. Go right now to cattreetray.com. That's cattreetray.com. CATTREETRAY.com.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Attention passengers, we are now approaching our final destination. The weather is sunny and warm. Ocean temperature is a balmy 80 degrees for those of you wishing to doggy paddle. Please exit to the front and see our activities directors, Susan and Nicholas, on your way out. Have a pleasant stay.
Hi, welcome back. It's Nicholas Vezlowski along with Susan Sims, your host for Travel Tales. And before the break, we were speaking with Elaine from Yellowstone Dog Sports in Montana. And I have been out to Montana, and it is probably one of, what do they say? It's the last best place?
It's the last best place.
And they're not kidding. I mean, when you get out there, there's a feeling of kind of the whole world disappearing as far as the agenda of the world. You kind of get onto your own time, and you get into this lucid state of being. It's quite relaxing.
It's beautiful. You know, they call it Big Sky Country, and I don't know why it seems different because it's, you know, I'm out in Idaho, and it seems like we've got a lot of sky out here.
Well, it is just one state over. You guys are a thin state, so Montana gets most of that big sky, I guess.
I think you're right. No one else gets to share the sky, but it really feels like it. It's really a out-of-body experience, I like to say.
Speaking of out-of-body, Yellowstone Dog Sports, I don't know if that's quite a good segue, but it's close enough. The activities that they have at their place are, I mean, they're going to stretch the dog's capacity. You know, you hope your dog has the attention, but, you know, after they've done their workout, I mean, Elaine was talking about giving them massages, and then they have Reiki. I'm looking on their site. They offer Reiki there.
Yeah, they have that, and they offer canine nutrition. They also do a Canine Good Citizen certificate, and if people aren't sure what that is, that's kind of nice to have. I mean, it's like a little accolade. Your dog has to test for it and maybe sit and stay or, you know, whatever. But it's nice to have that Canine Good Citizen, especially if you travel and you're going to go to a hotel. You could even tell the proprietor, hey, my dog is great. He even earned his Canine Good Citizen certificate.
Do you think that your dogs would earn that?
Probably not. How about you?
She would, unless there was a squirrel.
Squirrel.
But I think for the most part, she's pretty good. I mean, I don't know how she does this, but we go to the park, right? And we're walking around, and I have her off leash, even though you're not supposed to. Don't say anything. And when she sees somebody that she knows will love her, she'll just run right up to them. And if somebody doesn't, she knows how to stay away. So she stays, you know, back on. She doesn't go forward if somebody doesn't want her to pet her. It's like she knows the energy. So I think she'd pass the good canine citizen as long as there was some leeway on the rules.
Well, I think Tasha would do really well. They've got flyball. They've got so many fun things for dogs, and I could just imagine our dogs out there. Can't you? I think it would be a blast.
Yeah, I think she'd love it.
Yeah, they have 3 full days of dog camp activities. They have 10 scrumptious meals, 4 nights accommodations. So you've got either a double occupancy dorm room, a private dorm room, RV site with electric hookups, and a dorm room with private bath. So there's a lot of options, different price ranges. So if anyone's interested, they need to check out YellowstoneDogSports.com.
I think you already bought your ticket.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to call her as soon as we hang up. All right, cool. Well, that was a lot of fun. So, anything else? Any parting words, Nicholas?
Be safe, be happy, love your dog. That's about it.
Right.
I don't have any words of wisdom today. It's Friday. My brain's already gone on vacation.
All right. Well, I guess that's it. So until next time, if you want to learn more about today's show or just about traveling with Fido, pick up a copy of Fido Friendly Magazine. We're at Barnes & Nobles, Hastings, or Save a Tree and subscribe online. Until next time, Susan Sims, Nicholas Kozlowski, Travel Tales, Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio presents Travel Tales, the show where you'll get great travel ideas on perfect places for you and your pet. From Paris to paradise, south of the border to the South Seas, Travel Tales will give you cool tips on fun vacation destinations to travel with your pet, pet-friendly hotels, and advice on how to travel safely and happily with your furry best friends. So get ready to pack the bags and the bones with your Travel Tales hosts, Susan Sims and Nicholas Kozlowski, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.